right, Shalom. This is Ariel Ben Yasharallah down here in the Lions Den camp. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Father, to the Son, and the Paleo Hebrew tongue. Call Alayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ha, Rachak Kodash Ma'amath. A double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Double honor to my elder apostle as well, Ahar one Ben Yasharallah down here in the Lions Den camp. And a sincere water to the Akim, the Akwathim, and the Bunyam, the brothers, the sisters, and the children who are pushing the truth and believing in sincerity, the water, Shalom. Slakia for the background noise. I got a little layover, so I decided to do a lesson. But this lesson is based off of, I don't really like doing lessons off of dreams, but at the same time, this was the first dream I ever had where like, it was kind of like, it hit me for real, and I could do a lesson off of it. But the main thing I remember in the dream was, I don't know the context, but I just saw a bunch of Jake men. I couldn't see like their face or their body. All I could see was their feet, and they were in like a crate. They was in like a big crate, and the whole crate was being moved with them in it while they were, just standing upon their feet. And for some reason, I was watching their feet. I was making sure, their feet was clean and stuff like that. And the whole time I was doing it, I was tearing up. I had tears in my eyes. I felt real bad for them. I know that they were going to be like, they went through a lot of stuff. They were going to go through more stuff. And then one pair of feet, I'm about to say brother feet, but one pair of feet had like a scab on it. And I just started busting out crying. I put my head on the person's feet. And then I woke up, and then I had that dream Friday, and I told it to the elder on Saturday after camp, and he pretty much gave me a confirmation of like, yeah, it's pretty much, you're on the right path. So, we're saying that, this is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 15, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. All right, and of course that doesn't mean you physically, carnally put peace upon your feet, but it's talk about having your path set for a peaceful path. Making sure you're reading the scriptures to whenever you can, praying as well to the Father, doing charitable work, which is going out and teaching, helping the Akim and Akwathim, the brothers and the sisters, get through times that they need to get through by telling them the right scriptures that they need to hear at the right time. Because all of us who are doing all those things, we are washing our people's feet. All right, not the 2/3 people, not 2/3 of our people, but the 1/3 men, women, and children, and Lord willing, the elect. We're washing their feet the same way Yahweh Shai washed the feet of the disciples. We're coming in that same spirit of humility, of servitude. Because that's how I felt in the dream. I was serving them, even though in that dream world, it would be preposterous to serve a slave at the same time, or I'll say a slave, but to serve someone lowly. But that's what we're doing. Let me get my next scripture. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 18. I'm starting at verse 17. It says, Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. And the them is the souls who are coming back with Yahweh Shai, the angels as well. All right, when he starts gathering crowns upon himself, coming with with them in the clouds, which are the chariots. All right, the so-called UAPs that the government likes to say, to meet the Lord in the air. All right, that's us getting those new bodies, Lord willing. I and the brothers will teach with, and the sincere brothers and sisters. We experienced that, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. All right, and that's what we want, to be with the Lord. All right, and this is the main point, verse 18. Wherefore comfort one another with these words, right? And that's us caring for a person's path, caring for a person's feet, helping them wash themselves, It's It's a beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful path that we are on. Matter of fact, let me get that one. Path set. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 18. It says, but the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. And that perfect day is the destruction of America. All right. And the coming of Yahushua, Slakia, and the coming of Yahushua out of the sky. All right. That's that perfect day. And we have to pray so that we continue on the path of the just. That's a shining light. All right, because there's a lot of darkness out here, and there's a lot of individuals who want out of that darkness. All right, there's a lot of individuals who want to see that light. All right, who want to see, I should say, and who want to hear the voice of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So let me get my next scripture. All right, this is Matthew chapter 9. It's lucky. This is Matthew chapter 9, verse 35. It says, and Yahushua went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. And that also shows that the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the Israelites, and the men who preach that doctrine, all right, with the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, with sincerity and truth, we all preach about the kingdom that's to come. All right, these Christians and Baptists and Methodists and all them, they don't talk about the kingdom that's to come. All right, they want to stay here in America. All right, they don't want to wash themselves truly. All right, but we know that this place America, this Babylonian kingdom, this carnal realm, all right, is but for a short time, but the kingdom that's to come is for eternity. All right, and healing, back to the verse, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. And that's what we're doing spiritually. All right. You know, that's what we're doing spiritually. Okay. So we have to continuously make sure we're tuned into the source of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, so that we can continue to heal people. Like the elder said yesterday at camp, Esau has been given authority to destroy, but we've been given the authority to not to only to live, but to heal, all right, and also to create life as well. Not create life, but live, heal, pretty much. Slakia. Verse 36. But when he saw the multitudes, so he saw a multitude of people, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. And of course, I can't feel exactly how Yahushua felt in that moment, but at the same time, in the dream, I was overcome with sadness, because I knew that the individuals, the feet I was washing, I just felt bad for them. I knew that they went through a lot, and they were going to go through even more. It says, and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. And that's how they were. Even though I couldn't see their face, I couldn't see their body. Literally all I could see was their feet. And they were just, man, it was crazy. Usually when somebody stands sure-footed, it's like they have a good foundation. They're standing upright. They're standing upon their feet. But I could tell that they didn't know where they were going. They damn near didn't know where they came from. All right, they didn't know where they were at that time. But I just wanted them to know that there's still light in the world. There's still peace in the world to an extent. Let me keep going. Slakia. Verse 36. Again, but when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. And that's also how I felt in that moment. The harvest is is plenteous. There are people who out here who want to be saved. There are people out here who want to know the majesty of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the true majesty of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, not just that watered down American shit. There's people out there who want to see the light of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's why it's important for us to go out on the highways and the byways and to do video so that way that light can go out to people. All right. Because there are people out here who still want it. You know, verse 38, pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. All right. And, you know, if you're a harvester, if you're a laborer of the harvest, you know, thank the Lord every day that we are laborers for the harvest, because Yahushua wants more laborers for the harvest. The harvest, going back to verse 37, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few, right? So we have to make sure that we're coming in the spirit of Yahushua to labor, all right, to work upon the harvest, all right, to do charitable work unto the flock, all right, going back to the end of verse 36, and we're scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. So we have to come in that same spirit as Yahushua and being a shepherd unto sheep. Well, of course, unto our people, but unto our people, you know, sheep. All right, because there's so much chaos and enchantment out here. All right, and you know, people need to see that light. All right. Do I got another scripture? I think so. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 13. All right, it says, and now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three, but the greatest of these is charity. All right, and I wanted something else that said specifically what charity is. I can't, it's not coming to my mind, but ultimately charity is not only, you know, feeding the poor, you know, or giving them some blankets. Charity is truly helping people find the light, see the light of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and hear the voice of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's true charity. All right, doing these videos and going out on the highways and byways is true charity. All right, that's what shows the Lord that you care about his flock, you know? So I pray and hope this lesson was edifying. Shalom.